Hey guys, what's up? Green Machine Sam back with another video, and today we have another 2K24 roster update guide. Now, of course, this did take a lot longer than expected. I was just kind of putting it off and putting it off and putting it off and not really getting things done. But now the roster is almost complete. Almost. We'll get into everything once we get the roster ready to go. But first things first, you guys are going to want to head to features. You guys will want to head to create roster, NBA modern current, user created, and then push triangle or Y on your controller and search by online ID. Now, of course, I don't know if this is how it works on Xbox, well, on 2K, but I know in Madden, if you are on a different platform than what I am, which I am on PS5, you will have to search up by content name and not by just the overall. You will have to search up by the content name and not by the user ID, just because there's just some weird things that go on. So, you will want to grab the NBA 2K25 roster, okay? So you will download it, and you should get it relatively soon. I'm hoping this one got updated like it was supposed to. Yes. Okay, Jarrell Brantley's not supposed to be here. That's my bad. I was using him for something. But everything else is correct. As you can see, the rookies are here, updated contracts, as well as just everything else in between. Just everybody being where they need to be. Contracts are correct, ages are correct, and so on and so forth. The only thing I'm still currently working on is some second-round rookies. I will take you to at least some rookies that I know I have done. I know I have the first-round rookies done. Okay, so that's not a question about that. But second-round rookies, this is something I've always been doing. First-round rookies, I normally let other people create. I take probably some of the best ones from all over, right? I go into the roster section, I search up players, I go through maybe 4, 5, 6 of them, go through some of the highest downloaded ones, stuff like that, look for some keywords as well. But second round rookies, I take players that have similar appearances, not the portrait, okay? So Micah Peavy, I not take him because he looks like Dwayne Washington Jr. on the portrait. It's because he has similar facial structure, similar hairstyle, and possibly tattoos. So I use his likeness because they look a little bit better than some of the players that you can create. And a lot of the second round rookies, most of the time, aren't in the share file system, right? So you have to go through, you have to try different names and stuff like that. And I know some first round rookies, it was hard to find because they have weird names. So sometimes people misspell them, or sometimes the names just aren't allowed on 2K. So, like I said, you have a guy like Micah Peavy here. What's another team? I know the Thunder still have their guy, Brooks Barnes-Hisner, second round rookie shooting guard. And then what I do is I take their comps. So somebody like him. Okay, this is a really good example because his comp is literally somebody on his team. He is a good 3-and-D wing, a good spot-up shooter with high defensive upside. And one of his comps was literally Alex Caruso. So then I take his attributes from Alex Caruso and just dumb them down to the overall that they need to be. That way you're still getting a good player that can still develop, but you're not getting somebody that's going to super duper be good at one particular thing. And then, of course, the Minnesota Timberwolves got Rocco Zakarski. Kind of hard to find somebody that looked like him just because of his facial structure. He had a really square-ish face. So it's kind of hard to find somebody, so I went with Matt Ryan. So there is that. And then, of course, I take them, I adjust their weight, I adjust their height, wingspan, age, all that fun stuff, and then I put them on their team and get them their correct contract. So as you can see, the roster is updated. It is a very good roster. You guys are going to want to download this if you are still playing 2K24. It's still very good. I will say the one thing that is kind of a little glitchy right now is free agency. Some of the guys I haven't went through and 100% made sure their ages are correct, but I will do that as some of these guys get added to teams, because you look at a lot of these guys, right? Grimes, Giddey, Thomas, Westbrook, Kuminga, Horford, Beasley, as long as he doesn't get in legal trouble, Malcolm Brogdon, Boucher, Peyton, Simmons, Achua, Brandon Boston, Robinson Earl, Bassey, Melton Holmes, Tice, Lyles, Payne, Jordan, Bryant, Morris, Bull, Craig, Burks, Banton, Oladipo, and Covington. Most of those guys will probably end up on a roster. Some of these guys down here in the low 70s might not, but it's still a very good roster. You're going to be able to enjoy it. Of course, badges aren't up to date. I do want to get eventually caught up on those. I'm making sure everybody's on the roster and has the correct contracts, age, stuff like that before worrying about a whole ton of other things. Of course, as ratings come out for NBA 2K26, I can go ahead and update those as well. But for now, this is mainly just a showcase of the rookies are there. Everybody's contracts are correct. Age, experience has been progressed properly. So this is a very good roster if you're still playing 2K24. I can't blame you if you're still playing 2K24. This is probably one of the least played 2Ks I've had. I just had so much time invested into 2K23 that it didn't make a whole ton of sense for me at that current stage to continue to play 2K24. It just really wasn't worth it, and then I bought 2K25 somewhat early. So there is that, and then of course Jameer Watkins, a second-round rookie, and then you can just kind of scroll through, find guys. Not every team has their second-round rookies as of yet. I'm working through that slowly, but I assumed you guys would probably want to see most of this if possible. Kobe Brea, Nigel Hayes Davis, Rasheer Fleming also here. So you have a lot of good options. Now, I will say some guys that are 17 because of how they were brought into the game. Well, not brought into the game. They were brought into the roster. They might be listed at 19. Once their birthdays come up, I'll just have to ignore it for a little bit. But overall, like I said, very, very, very good roster. Carter Bryant here. And then, of course, with jersey numbers for both free agents and drafted rookies, it's kind of hard. You kind of have to play a guessing game in some sorts. Some of them do have jersey numbers. Some of them just have summer league numbers. So sometimes their jersey numbers are kind of shared right now in between players, and especially teams that have upwards of those 18 to even 22 guys. I know one roster kind of has like 22 guys on it currently, but still. And then, of course, with this as well, you know, going through correcting everybody's contract, the guys that were supposed to be released that I didn't know got released, or guys that I thought, you know, had another year or whatever, got released as well. So there is that, like I said. And then one thing I always do want to state is with this roster, when I'm creating contracts, I'm going to exceed the amount 90% of the time. I'm going to exceed the amount that they are paid on a year-to-year basis, just because, if I can't get it directly on the number, just because then you're not able to go out and sign other players. You have to kind of work more on your cap. It's going to be a little bit more strenuous, but it's going to look a lot better in the end. Like I said, a lot of these guys, I know there is one second-round rookie. I think it's Thero. No, Thero did get a face scan too. I almost want to do it with Bronny James and update him as well, just because I am a Lakers fan, unfortunately. But still, it's a very good roster. You guys are going to enjoy it if you guys want to play with it. It's there for you. If you want to go play my errors, it's there for you. I'm not going to be doing it start from today, just because it would be over a year old at this point, as well as I want to be able to sim this year's stats, all that greatly. So I don't want to do anything too crazy, and I already have to probably go back and redo 2K25s because I kind of messed up on some things that I want to go fix and make it even better. Last thing I'll talk about is overalls for rookies. If you guys have seen any of my Madden videos, if you guys have seen any of my previous 2K videos, ratings are based off when a player's picked, not what I think of them. I think this is the most fair way to do it, just because it's unbiased, right? It just goes down the list. Now, of course, we don't have a game like Madden where quarterbacks, you don't want to make them a super high overall right off rip, because then they kind of progress way too much and way too fast in your franchise or my eras. So there is nothing like that where I'm like, oh, hey, this player needs a special position ranking because of where they're picked. But I think it's a very good roster. I think you guys will enjoy it. I'm playing 2K25. The little bit I do every now and then, just if I want something just to kind of sit there and mindlessly play some basketball or something of that nature. But like I said, good roster. If you guys want it, go download it. If you don't want it, if you don't agree with some of the stuff I'm doing with the roster, you don't have to play it. It's really as simple as that. I'm not going to force anybody to play my roster. I'm not going to sit here and beg you to download my roster either. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. You don't have to play with it. You don't have to use it. I can't update, of course, the Clippers stuff just because that is a copyright thing, as well as 2K just does not allow that. I'm sure somebody probably has some knockoff version that you can plug into your My Errors if you really want to, or even the real thing. I don't know. But like I said, good roster. And then you still have, of course, all the custom teams that I made last year during the off season. If you want to look at all those, there should be a link, well, not a link, but a list down in the description going over what every single team is. Some of these teams you can figure out a little bit more, right? This is the 2012 team. No, 2000. Is this the 2008 Redeem team? This might be the 2008 Redeem team. Yeah, it looks more like the 2008 Redeem team. This is, of course, the year that the Warriors got DeMarcus Cousins. Nothing for them. This is like the 17-18 Timberwolves with Butler, the 17-18 Thunder. So you can just kind of go down the list and figure things out if you want to. Team Canada, the Dream Team, stuff like that. You guys can go check out all those teams as well. I put a decent amount of work into a lot of those teams as well. I don't know if I'm going to be doing anything like that for 2K25. I might do something like that for 2K26 when the time comes. But overall, you're going to be able to enjoy this roster. You're going to feel like you're not playing with the same old basic 2K24 rosters. You will feel like you are playing maybe a newer game, but probably not 2K26. I've done as best of a job as I can, in my opinion. I still got a couple things that I'm working on, right? Rest of second round rookies, overalls when they are posted by 2K26, and of course, badges whenever I can get around to them. I don't have them all the time in the world, so it is going to take me some time. Hoping to get second round rookies done before this video even comes out. So by the time you guys are seeing this, second round rookies might be done and completed and should be good to go. Of course, you can check out the roster, NBA 2K25 by Green Machine Sam on PS5. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video or any of the videos here on my channel, I would appreciate if you guys do stick around and subscribe. But I'll be back with more videos like this. I'm out. Peace.